Welcome back, everybody. This is coming to you from my shop. You can see I've got the shop sectioned off here because it's still cold and I don't want to heat the whole thing, and so I'm heating kind of where I'm at. Today this video is going to be about a brother from the same Savior, Mr. Dewayne Clark, over at Clark's Kentucky Knives. He sent me over a package. It's been a little bit back, and I just say it's been so cold here. I've not really had the time to make a proper thank you and do a little bit of a video on what he sent over and and that kind of deal. So I want to turn this around. So Mr. Dewayne has sent me, of course y'all know, he sent me a sticker, one of the new ones. Man, that's a good looking sticker. I like that. I really like it. And of course he sent bandana. Y'all seen one of those, and a couple pocket crosses. Some of these they're like, I mean, they're awesome. Of course, an American bandana. And I've used it all. He wrote me a real nice letter. And have you prayed today? Or prayed about it? Okay. Have you prayed about it? So Mr. Dewayne, that's going over here in my shop for knife videos and things. But this is originally what he sent me. So this guy 3D prints these, and they are supposed to go with the Precision Adjust, the knife sharpener. And it's got you have to put a pin in that hole to keep it kind of stable. And the last thing he sent was a multi-tool. It's got a couple of names on there. We'll take care of that. They're not in there real deep. Doesn't seem like. So we might be able to do something with that. And it's a pretty nice multi-tool. It's a Gerber. Looks like brand new. I mean, doesn't even look like it's been sharpened the first time. Looks like maybe that part of something right there is broke. But the rest of it seems to be in really good shape. Of course, they fold out into a pair of pliers. You know, every good fella needs a pair of pliers to carry with him, you know. And these things come in handy. I'll just tell you. I was sad when I broke mine, and Mr. Dewayne sent me a pair to replace them. So I'm gonna get this precision sharpener over here and see how this thing sets up. Give me just a minute. All right, you guys, we're back. And what that thing does is right here. It cuts out on this thing, kind of torquing down, and it's pretty secure. I mean, you have to hold it and see how it sits. Sits right against the angle of that thing. Y'all may be able to see it. Let me zoom in a little bit right here. So y'all can see how it sits right along this, and it's all supported here and there, and it gives you the proper angle without it, pushing down on this right here. That's a pretty bright idea. I'm kind of glad somebody made that. So we'll see how this thing works. And it's been a while since I sharpened this knife. Well, I haven't sharpened this one at all, I don't think. And so it's going to get a proper tune up today. See, there's no flex in this thing now. Whereas before, if you take that thing out, there's a little bit of flex in there, but not nearly as much. That thing's solid as a rock now. And even way out here on the tip, it solided that thing plumb up. I'm just going to sharpen this into 25 degrees because it's like it's not something I use all the time anymore. When I carried this thing, like I said, it's remained sharp even through some. I mean, I put it through some stuff. Got a good burr on that, so we'll take this thing out. Spin that thing. Like, I might hold that thing with my hand. Just as solid as a rock. The tip on this thing is what is worst. This marker would be good for this too, just to see where you're kind of hitting. Pretty good burr. I'll take that thing out. Spin him over. Spin him over. Put that thing back. Like I said, there's no, that little thing right there is great. So I was looking into I don't even know if it makes that much of a big of a difference, whether they figured that in, whether they figured the movement in or not. That kind of snaps right in there with that little flat place right there. That works pretty good. Those, the 600 grit, it don't really leave a burr on the back side of some of these stainless steel knives just because it's a fine Now this is just kind of what I do as far as whenever I sharpen my knives. I've really found that I like this system because this is quick. This knife was pretty dull. I mean, it wasn't dull, but it was dull enough that I could tell the difference. in between one and the other. And of course I hadn't carried it in a while, but I wanted to test this little piece out just to see how it was gonna do. And man, that thing is wicked sharp. It comes with this, these things come with this little piece of paper right here. Now there wasn't no instructions with that, but I looked at the pictures on eBay, and that's a pretty good accurate description of how to do it and what to do it. And let's see. And so it did take all the play out of it. So there is that thing. It works really good for that. So I just ripped out a piece of notebook paper. I'd call that pretty sharp. I would call that sharp. All right, you guys, so that's a pretty awesome gift from Mr. Dewayne Clark from Clark's Kentucky Knives. And you can see where that thing kind of rests on there. But that's a 3D printed thing. I'm not sure. A stabilizer. I don't know what you'd want to call it. But it works really well. Well, thank you, Brother Dewayne, for the awesome gifts. Like I said, that thing's pretty awesome. I really didn't think that system could get any better, but I was wrong. And you know, I got a fantastically sharp knife now. If y'all ain't checked them out, do it. They're awesome. You won't regret it. Like I said, you know, you can do in 1 degrees from 30 to 15 degree. Usually most fillet knives is 17 degree. So they're not much different than a 25, which is what I sharpened this one on. I sharpened on 25 because that's a lasting edge. An outdoor 55, if you ever kind of follow that guy around. He was cutting nails the other day and showed the degrees at what his knife would cut a nail with, and legitimately it cut it at 25 degrees, never hurt the edge, and it done it flawless. And a 30, same thing. And y'all see, this is a 25 degree angle, cutting that paper, so you know, you kind of sometimes I sharpen at 20, sometimes I'm 25. Most of the time, if it's a factory edge from you know, the knife company, 99% of the time that's a 25 degree edge. But anyway, back to my story. He went down to a 20 degree and he cut the nail, but there was a piece missing out of the knife, like where you cut the nail. So, you know, you kind of play into angles. So, this right here, whether it takes a little bit of that sloppy play out, sure, would it matter? I don't know. It's kind of for you to decide. But that's a pretty cool little thing. But I appreciate it, and appreciate you watching me. And the big question: have you prayed about it? Like I said, if you don't know Dewayne Clark's Kentucky Knives, check him out. And that's about all I got for you today. Remember, live life outdoors, and God bless.